Oh, hi. It's not gonna be
Hello
good
and
anymore, is it?
welcome. Yo, I don't think it's showing up for Streamlabs, but it's on my here. Hold up, I'm gonna record this real quick.
Is it just vibrating like the whole screen?
Yeah, the entire screen is
Oh,
vibrating right
fuck.
now. Maybe I can upload this. Maybe I can upload this to the podcast, but as long as I keep my mouse over here, it's okay. It doesn't do
So don't
anything.
so don't move your mouse is what we're hearing because we don't know if it affects the recording.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, we're solid. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pod of the North. We totally just filmed the first one last week. It has definitely not been more than a month since the last one. But today with me is none other than CmonClizmo, or I'm sorry, because you say the name.
You can call me whatever you want.
I know him as Khaleesi, but you've changed your handle recently on
I
Twitch.
have rebranded to Clismo because it's somehow easier to say than Calissimo.
Come
I just
on,
shortened it.
Clismo.
Come on, Glismo. It
And
works. It works.
I'll put a link in the bottom of this video if any of y'all want to go check him out. He does strip streams, shows a lot of cock. Really nice. Really
Just so
flattering.
much rooster. Just farming tools in general.
Yeah.
Just lots of hoes, lots of It's
Lots
mostly
of
just hoes.
bitches. Yes.
It's
Lots of bitches. Lots
bitches.
of. What would be the equivalent word for men of bitches?
I. It's not dicks.
No, that would be
I
pussies.
don't know. I don't know. I feel like bitches works unless you want to just like if you wanted to change it to like Mitch.
I mean, yeah, like bitches is gender fluid, right?
Oh yeah.
I would think it's bitches is.
I bitch, you bitch, we bitch.
We all bitch. We all bitch. That's we're bitch positivity. Um, so today I have my 5 items. And Khaleesi has his 5 items. We're going to talk about some interesting things. But before we do, this episode is sponsored by Go Fuck Yourself. Just kidding. And also, do you have any life updates, Khaleesi? Anything you want to get out on the table before we start?
Oh sweet Jesus. I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep and like 2 monsters for the day,
Yeah.
and I had a very uncomfortable sleep because I left my computer on all night to download Ark Survival, which by the way, with not even all of the maps,
Wait,
is over 200 gigabytes.
what?
It's fucking insane, dude. So I left it going
Has
for
it?
like 12 hours to download and it overheated my room. So I woke up like with a fever and like I was fucking sweating. So I basically just like I had to go to my bathroom and like splash cold water in my face because I felt like I was going to throw up for like an hour.
What? Has it always been that much?
No, it's because they have like 10 new maps now.
Holy
Because
shit.
the last time that you played, they probably had like 4, 3 of
Ye-
which were kind of like added new creatures and everything. But now there's like 5 that add new creatures, and then there's like 10 maps total that you can download for free.
Wow.
So
Yeah, because so whenever I played, the newest one was the all like the neon stuff.
aberration.
Yeah, that was
It
the
was it's like a cave where everything like glows in the dark, right?
yeah, that was the last one that I played. And actually, I'm pretty sure that was the game where me and you met on
Yeah, I
Twitch,
think you
right?
were just playing on the island, whichever like
Hmm.
or Ragnarok maybe.
Yep,
But yeah,
I remember. R.I.P. What was that dino's name? Timmy.
Timothy,
Timothy.
Timmy,
That's right. That's
Timothy.
right. We had a
Yeah.
little. I don't even know the name of the dinosaur, but it was like one of those little ones.
It was.
And
I think it was. Oh fuck! It like a Dimorphodon or something. It was a
yeah,
little flying one, but like it had like a T Rex head.
yeah. One of those. I don't know if
You're like,
anybody
this is
watches
T Rex
this.
head from now on. Just
if
super detailed. You're welcome. I don't know what else I can do for you.
if anybody, yeah, if anybody can clarify in the comments, it'd be great. Yes. So, that is wild. That is pretty insane. Well, I heard about like the Forspoken. Have you heard about that game? It just came
No.
out. And apparently the lowest setting, like you need like a 3080 just to run it on like decent graphics at
Oh, I
30
know what you're talking about
FPS.
now. Oh
Yeah,
my
it
god.
is it is why I watch Moist Critical's
Yeah.
gameplay of it. It is insane. Like not good insane, just insane.
Yeah. Didn't Cyberpunk need something ridiculous too when
It was
Cyberpunk
high.
first came out? Yeah.
Because I had screen tearing on mine whenever I played it on it was on like the best graphics you can have, but like still,
Yeah.
and I have a 2070, so it was not optimized that great, but
It's just brutal. I remember someone bought me a game called Second Extinction, and it's kind of like Deep Rock Galactic, where you get like dropped into a spot and you have a
right.
specific goal that you're supposed to get before you leave, but instead of giant bugs that you're fighting, it's a fuck ton of dinosaurs. And I downloaded it, and then it just couldn't launch. It
Wait,
just wouldn't launch because my
what's
PC
this
wasn't good
called?
enough. Second Extinction.
I've seen IGP play that.
So did I. That's why I wanted it.
Yeah. I was about to say that game looked pretty sick too. I'm so the main one, the main game I'm excited about right now, and me and you started talking about this, but I told you to hold off on it, is for this reason, so we can talk about it here, is Sons of the Forest. That so last year, to be honest with you, I did not have a lot of games last year that I was like a fan of at all. There was nothing that Dying Light 2, I think, was the only one I was like really excited about, and then it kind of got shat on a little bit when it came out, just because it's a little bit more flowy now and stuff like the story's not as deep, I guess, or I don't know. But this year, there's quite a bit that's coming out that I'm excited about. But Sons of the Forest is damn near on top for me. And as you know, I played on my Twitch with you and with everyone else. Like Drake was playing with us. And we're talking, by the way, if y'all don't know us, we're talking the Drake, right? Like we're talking the Drake. You know, Ninja's Drake. Yeah, he was playing with us. But the yeah, so and then it was all of us and we played to the end, like all the way through. I love that game, but I'm also a sucker for survival games.
Yep.
And I have a hard time with horror games, as you know, but it
they're so
meshed
fun.
those two very well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have been getting into it again, and you and I discussed a long time ago because we finished the game, and then we talked about months later. We talked about doing a vegan run so that we couldn't eat any meat. It was
Yeah,
just like berries and stuff.
that's right.
And
I forgot about that.
have I've basically been doing that in my new run now. I
I don't know
probably
how you're
maybe I
surviving.
will have slept or like slipped up a little bit, so I won't get the achievement. But it's so much easier when you have some kind of direction as to where you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
Like you get a berry bag so you can collect berries right away. I'm going to include the snacks as vegan. I don't know. I can't see the labels on them, but like the ones that you get out of the plane and stuff.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and they could be, right?
just
Like
gonna
Mike and
pretend like
Ike's are
they're granola
vegan.
bars.
Oreos are vegan. Potato chips typically are vegan. What?
Oreos are vegan?
Oreos are vegan. Yeah. It's like the
Seems
big
odd.
thing.
I don't know why. I feel like there'd be like
Milk.
for some reason in my mind. No, I wasn't even thinking milk. I was thinking like gelatin or something of that esque, which doesn't make any sense.
It would make sense for I get what you're saying. Well, like marshmallows, for instance, have gelatin in
Yeah.
them. That's why they're not
Yeah.
vegan. Or egg. Sometimes they'll put egg in them too. But yeah, Oreos are vegan. That's like the most like probably commercial thing that's vegan out there that everybody's like, yeah, did you know this fun fact? And Oreos are vegan. So you were telling me about the trailer, I think, whenever we were talking about this the other night.
Yeah, so they've launched a bunch of new information on Sons of the Forest recently, and they've updated a lot because the end of the forest, spoiler alert, you survive the island, you go onto a talk show with your kid. you're doing some fucking axe chopping and everything's going great, and then your kid starts convulsing like the final boss, and so you freak out, and then it cuts to like 10 years later, and your kid is like looking at this Site 2 second island, and so you're like, oh, it's
Yeah.
probably following Timmy going through. Um, but I'm not sure so far. They haven't really made it clear if you're playing as Timmy or not. But the whole idea of the Sons of the Forest is that you are there trying to find a millionaire that got stranded on the island. Um,
Okay.
and in the process, you find horrible, horrible cannibals, mutants, and some friendlies. Now, these friendlies I'm super fucking excited about. The first one, he's just a dude. He's not that fun. I don't really care about him very much. He's just a survivor.
These are NPCs.
These are NPCs that you can actually bring along with you like a pet or like an assistant that will help you do tasks. So whether it's fighting or collecting resources or whatever, you can bring them along and they will help you. One of them is a mutant that is speculated to be one of the Virginia subjects, which, if you aren't aware or if you don't remember, Noah, is we called Legsy. It was the bitch that had like 8 legs around.
Yeah.
So she only has 4 legs, but she kind of looks, I don't know, she looks like a giraffe. She's weird. But she's very timid, and you find her at this cabin in the woods somewhere, and you expect her to be all angry and nasty, and then she decides to help you. So I'm so excited to have friends for once. Oh my god. Even if they're like, you just grab them along with a tether and you kind of bring them with you.
That is pretty cool. And I am interested in seeing what all they could do. Like, can they just fight with you? Can they help you build things? Like, can you send them out to go, go out and like chop wood?
Yeah, I'm really hoping that resource collection is one of those things, because as you well know, everything costs so much, and it's ridiculous. And especially with Sons of the Forest, they've completely redesigned the building mechanic to be more immersive, because the whole idea of the forest was to kind of immerse you in the situation.
Yeah.
So some of the updates include, like, if you're making floors now, part of the process is like you'll be holding a log with you, and you cut the log in half, and then you place the 2 flat ends down as part of a step or the floor or whatever. So like that is the building process, instead of it just automatically doing it for you where you just force logs into a schematic. It shows you like the process of you preparing the logs and the sticks and stuff to get them into place.
Oh, that's cool. So, all right, well, damn, I'm down. I mean, like, I've been down for this game for a while. Do you feel like having it as like a millionaire, though, it will like there's less at risk? Because like with the forest, right? Like, you're going after your kid. There's a lot, right? That's your whole world.
Yeah.
There's a lot at risk. Going after a millionaire, however, do you feel like it might diminish the mission at all?
So my hope is that you do actually get to play as Timmy, because as I stated before, like, Timmy has convulses. Like, he's very clearly been mutated somehow, and they just haven't shown how yet. And that includes the 6 or 10 years later or whatever they put. Like, he goes through his whole thing, and you can see bubbles in his arms and stuff, and then he calms himself down, and then that's when it pans to Site number 2. So I'm hoping, because you also have to keep in mind, like, the reason, if you go with this ending, the reason that Timmy is alive is because you killed another kid.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
because it's essentially a cycle. In order to save your dead child, you needed a live specimen to put the life force back into, which is the whole story with the previous one. That's why your kid was taken. And it's like, it's those subtle details where once you've played through once, you notice that the guy that takes your child is just a dude in paint. It's not a super, like, tribesman covered in, like, the skulls on his shoulders and the lamps and stuff that they have with them. It's literally just a dude in red paint looking to take your kid. So,
do you think that if we are playing as Timmy, that it will that we'll have like powers then?
I hope so.
Like
I really hope so.
Kind of like what was that old game? Ah, fuck.
Prototype.
Yeah, prototype. Like, yeah, where he'll just like have like a big
Yeah, you've got like weird
poker.
mutant powers. Yeah.
You can poke
So
people.
I really hope so, and that's why I'm suggesting like because you asked about the millionaire, so I'm hoping that you do get to play as Timmy because the idea, if especially if Timmy is aware of what happened, he knows that his father sacrificed not only an entire plane of people, but like a specifically found a live child, took the child away, and um like resurrected him with it. And
Right.
so it's possible that like his driving force is the guilt that and like trying to find redemption for something that he didn't necessarily do but he partially was involved with. And so maybe he becomes a tour guide or like an
Right.
expedition leader or something to
Yeah.
explore these new places. um Kind of like this is a weird example, but if you go to Jurassic Park, like when they get Alan Grant, they're like, you know, dinosaurs, you want to come look at some cool shit? So they bring him along to Jurassic Park. So it's kind of like similar idea where like they bring people in that know the terrain to accomplish a specific goal.
Do we know where the forest is? Like, does it ever say the state or anything like that?
I don't believe so.
I was
I
always
think
curious about that.
I think like he is in because you're on an island, right? So you're probably somewhere amongst because
Uh,
it's not tropical, so you're not down Bermuda level. It's
right.
moderate, so it would be probably
Like
um
Canada.
yeah, Canada, like Vancouver Island or I don't
Yeah.
really know if you guys have islands.
We
It
do.
sounds weird. Like maybe somewhere in Florida, but even then I feel like that's still
Well,
too
yeah, we have the Keys, but that'd be tropical. But we do have like those types of island, not that big, but we have like little islands off of like the East Coast, like
Mhm.
around New York and Pennsylvania and stuff. I think we have like I forget. It might be really far up the East Coast, but it might be like more like Maine. But there's like little chunks of land. That whole show, that was like finding gold or finding the treasure of. Oh, I forgot what it was called, but it was like
Treasure
find.
of Oak Island.
What was it?
I don't know if it's the Treasure of Oak Island, but I think
Yeah,
it's just called
that
Oak
is it.
Island. Yeah.
Yeah, Oak Island. That's where it's off of the East Coast, I think.
What a wild show that is.
That dude, they just keep me like they keep edging me so bad with that show. I watched it like 3 seasons of it, I think. And every time, like they just edged me and edged me and edged me, and I'm just there left with a boner and nothing else. They
Well,
never.
and you're ready for it, right?
Right, I'm
They're
ready
like,
for
"Oh,
the
next
climax.
season on," and they show
Nothing
you all the cool new
happens.
shit, and then nothing happens.
Nothing happens at all, and I'm just like, dude, I can't. Y'all are like, I need a release here. I need to go and watch like Game of Thrones or something. Like,
And
fuck.
something that you can actually jerk off to. You're right.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Right. A little mommy daddy porn and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and
So
that's I feel like shows like that do that to you, right? Like even like Finding Bigfoot and those type shows, like maybe not ghost shows so much because ghost shows they play on the narrative too much where they like just to get you freaked out, they'll show like shadow figures as like an interpretation of like a recollection of stories or whatever, or
right.
they'll like emphasize like there was a knock or something and they freak
Yeah.
out. Or like they'll show like even like bugs and stuff flying in the cameras, and they're like, "Is that an orb?" It's like, no, it has wings.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. Like regardless, I think. So as of right now, just to kind of give everybody else like a rundown of my video game shit right now is uh I'm playing Stardew and I want to get done with spoiler alert for late game Stardew. Trying to get done with Ginger Island. Then after that, I'm going to spoiler done. Then after that, I did download the Witcher 3 with the new updates and all that stuff. So I have a Stadia controller in my closet. I'm going to be playing that soon. And then I want to play Dying Light 2. And then hopefully around that time, The Forest will be out. But honestly, I only game like 2 or 3 hours a night. I don't think I can go past that anymore. I used to be able to do that. I can't do it much anymore. I can do it if I'm streaming maybe. But you know how I am when I'm streaming games. Like at some point, I just like after like 3 hours, I'm just like this. Like
That
it's
old
just,
man stamina you got.
yeah. it is. I'm
You get
like, I'm a
short
mouth
bursts that are
breather.
super intense.
Yeah, I'm like Julian Salamito, Jenna Marbles' boyfriend or husband
Mm-hmm.
now. Sorry, they're married now. He is like a hell notorious mouth breather. He goes like you can like hear him breathe, and
Jesus.
I'm like, dog. At least I don't
Yo,
do that. Not that I know of. Maybe I do. I just have Tourette or not Tourette's. Fucking OCD ticks. I'll do that.
we'll get you a nice montage. I'm sure Koi Kai will do something for you of
That'd
just
be
all the
nice.
mouth breather moments.
Be so sweet.
So
Um.
sweet.
Well, so I covered this. Moving on, I'm about to say I did cover this. Did you have anything else to say about the forest?
No, I'm just excited for it.
Okay, okay. Me too. Now I talked about this on stream the other night, but because I talked about this on the podcast last time, I want to do an update. I don't know where I was with my weight loss journey then, but I am currently. I was supposed to do this at the beginning, but I'm just throwing this in here now. I'm currently down 90 pounds ish, I think. I don't weigh myself. I weigh myself Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then because I eat whatever I want to eat on the weekends, and then I start working out on Monday, Tuesday. So then I'll weigh myself again on Wednesday to see where I'm at, so I don't freak myself out on Monday. But I'm around almost 90 pounds now. Still doing to the gym because I was sick so much. By the way, like a lot of the reason why I didn't upload any other podcast to this channel is because I got strep throat from November through December. I got strep throat, I got COVID, and then I got the flu right back to back. And it was fucking gnarly. Like, holy shit. And I still got somewhat, like, I have not been the same since. Every time I go outside, my eyes water now, my nose runs. And okay, I get that, like, people have the sniffles. Okay, stop bitching. I already hear you fucking sniffling and all that shit. I get it. People have sniffles. I wasn't a sniffler. I wasn't a sniffler. I was never a sniffler in the winter time. But now I am. And I had like a little bit of a cough that is somewhat going away for the most part. I also have quit vaping. I forgot to talk about that on Twitch the other night. So I am 3 weeks with no vaping.
Jesus.
I've been doing the fuck me.
Where are they?
Doing these little things, these Zens, the threes, little nicotine pouches you put in your mouth, and it's tough. It's still tough because it's not vaping. It is not. I need that punch to the throat, and it doesn't really do that.
Pull,
but
you just get the suck.
3 weeks, I'm a good sucker. You know.
It's pretty impressive. 3 weeks sucking.
It isn't bad. Like, I use a 6 right before bed. I'll do one just as like a little nightcap. So. But fuck, because like when I had that cough, it was rejecting everything. The moment I would vape, I would just start coughing and coughing and cough. Like it would just come right back out of me. And so I was just like, yeah, okay, I can't do this anymore. So unfortunately, I love vaping. I do. I'm going to be honest with you. I love vaping. I think it's great. I enjoyed it. It's probably not great for you. I get that. But it never made my lungs do anything. Like it never got me out of breath. Never did anything that cigarettes ever did to me.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it, but I just couldn't vape like until I got sick, and then it was just like, nah, dog, you can't do that anymore. So,
yeah.
But anyway, that was my weight loss update. So I did have a little bit of the reason I talked about me getting sick was because I did have a little bit of backtrack at the gym because I was sitting down for so long. So now I'm back at the anyway, I had to go down a couple, or like one weight level, whatever, 10 pounds. I had to go down 10 pounds for weight bench or for the bench press. Same thing for curling. But,
Well,
anyway.
you're still doing better than I am, at least. I started paying for a gym membership in November, maybe October. and I used it until December. And then December, I was dealing with too much stresses with my job and stuff. And then I convinced myself that in the new year it would be different. But it wasn't my resolution because I knew as soon as I made it my resolution, it wouldn't fucking happen. So
Fuck
I was like,
resolutions, homie.
nah.
No. Dog, no, yeah. The resolutions are bullshit. I hate them. I think it's great to have goals in your life. I don't think you should do them on New Year's, right? That's like a quarterly goal that everybody should set for themselves. Fully. And like, look, I go to the gym in January. Everyone, it is packed. I can't fucking do anything. I just sit there. Everybody's just probably getting COVID. I'm a germaphobe a little bit.
Yep.
And I'm just freaking the fuck out. Like, give up. Give up. Go home. I don't want you there. Just go home. Give up already. I know why you're here. And guess what? It's almost February. It's not even February yet. And there's already like 50% less people there. Okay? Which I'm very thankful for. They can go give up on their life goals
sooner.
Yeah. I just like, come on. I've been working out all year, bro. And then you come in here trying to take my motherfucking equipment. They need more bench presses at the Y, but
what is your gym like? Is it a 24-hour gym?
No. It's a Y. It's one of the YMCA's.
Gross. Yeah, mine is a 24-hour, so my brother and I usually go at like 3 a.m. because by the time we're done at like 6, there will be like maybe 5 people there. But when you're the only one there,
3-hour workout?
Sometimes, yeah.
Holy shit.
It depends. He'll go for 3 hours or 2 hours or whatever. I like to. Full disclosure, a good majority of my workout is usually spent on the treadmill, which
I mean, that's fine. Yeah.
Which is fine, but like I get very bored. And they have TVs there, but the TVs are always on like some Korean news channel that you don't understand or some weird like new version of MTV, but it's all horrible music that don't have videos. It's just like a little gain meter that you can get those like speakers and shit that have the gain bounces. Yeah. It's just awful.
No, I get that. That's why I don't do the treadmill. Now if I lived in Canada, I probably would because it would be tough as fuck. But like for instance, I would do a treadmill if I had it here, but I stopped doing the treadmill altogether because I like walking around my house and stuff like that, like around my neighborhood. And that's where I'll walk, and I also walk Kennedy when I do it. But if I had a treadmill here, I would do them because I could like make it my own thing, like maybe I can put like a game system up on it, like put a TV in and play some games and walk. But but like here we just got, as you probably know, we just got like it's like single digits tonight is the low. So Fahrenheit. So it is freezing here, and we had ice all last night. So and little snow. So it's nasty outside.
I forgot. I have a life update for you. Oh. I'm sorry. I forgot because it snowed for the first time in a couple months a couple days ago, and it has since again snowed today. But I drive a 2007 Ford Ranger, and it has rear-wheel drive.
Okay.
So, and I live in a valley, and the only way to leave said valley is one of 3 hills. The first hill, which is the fastest way to go, is the tallest and the scariest, and the one that I usually do my walks. Like if I'm going for my walks, I'll go up this big hill. However, if you don't take the long way to get to the hill, you don't have enough run-up speed to make it all the way up. So I got about halfway up the hill and then started sliding backwards in my truck. So luckily there was no one behind me, but when I was able to catch traction again, I basically had to back down the hill as slow as possible while having my hazards on. And people just don't take the hint. When you're sitting there moving towards them with your hazzies on, they're like, I wonder what he's doing. And so I had to like stick my arm out the window, like, get the fuck out of the way, go. So, and it took me 45 minutes. It took me about 3 minutes to get halfway up the hill. It took me 45 minutes to get back down because I had to stop every time people were trying to get closer to me.
That'd be gnarly. Holy shit. You're literally stuck there unless you can get out of there.
No,
That is
absolutely. Like there was no way for me to do anything in that situation because even if I tried to turn around and go in the lane going back down, I would have caused an accident or I would have started sliding sideways. So those were my two choices.
dude, no
It was
way.
brutal.
Fuck that shit.
It was
Oh.
really fun, yo. I had such a good time. I love winter driving. It was so fun.
I do enjoy driving. Sorry. I do enjoy driving in the snow. I've always liked it. I always enjoyed it. It's always like I think it's. I also have a rear. I have an all-wheel drive car,
That's
so
better.
it helps. But even when I had a front-wheel drive car, like I enjoy it. It's fun. I don't know. I've always liked. I feel like a little daredevil when I'll be like driving
Oh, no,
and then
it's
I'll
totally
stop.
fine. Like I know how to stunt and stuff. I Tokyo drift all the fucking time, as many times as I can, and especially having rear wheel, it's a lot easier to fishtail.
Right.
So I'll do it when I want to, but in situations when you're like, nah, maybe it's not the best time, and it happens anyway, that's when you're like your butthole puckers just a little bit, and you
Oh yeah.
you get nervous.
No, I get it. I just always feel like a little daredevil when I stop at a stop sign and I slide for like an inch and I'm just like, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Wow.
I
Just
just
an inch,
slid,
eh?
I slid that in. Yeah, it felt like just a little bit of a badass. Not much, but a little bit. Okay. Now, moving on. We have not gotten to except for Forest. We did talk about
The
that.
forest was my first topic.
Shit.
So I'm like way ahead of you, dude.
Oh, okay. I got one. Okay. So here in the States, you know that people are stupid.
Yep.
Texas, the state of Texas, there is do you know how, yeah, you get it. Texas, so a legislature in Texas, so this is just the state of Texas, introduced a bill that would ban all social media for anybody 18 and under. So now I haven't read the full bill yet. I did read a couple articles on it, but I wanted to know what your take is on this because I'm conflicted about it. Now, it doesn't affect me. I don't live in Texas. I used to. Don't anymore. Fuck that state. But I'm conflicted because part of me is like, that would increase the mental health of a lot of kids. But then at the same time, so they're putting the liability, as of right now, the liability will be on the
Parents.
No, the companies, the social media companies. So but here's the thing, in order to prove your age, you would have to give them an ID, a government ID.
Yeah, because when you think about it, like Twitch is 13 plus. You know how easy it is to just scroll a few extra years on the date of age.
Of course.
Wheel.
Of course.
Like how the fuck are they planning on looking into that without having, because again, who, like, especially like maybe I don't know what year you can get your license at, but you're not going to start making people pay for government IDs at 11 or 10 or whatever,
right,
just to have that. And if like every single parent out there, every single parent would rather just use their account for their kids than pay whatever it would cost to get their child an ID.
Yeah, you know that they're just going to give them the fucking iPad with their account on it and like let them have at it. Like, you know,
Absolutely.
they're going to start doing like family accounts now and stuff like that for like Facebook, right? But at the same time, and then, so here's my issue is like the privacy, right? Everybody in Texas, all adults, everyone will have to give a private company your ID card and to stash away and store.
And thinking about Texas, how willing are they to do that?
Right. That's my point. I'm like, isn't this like
'cause
counterproductive in like what your beliefs are here? I don't know. Like,
it counteracts itself. And because I live in Alberta, which is known as the Texas of Canada.
Right.
And it's full of the honky tonk, yeehaw, like absolutely down with the government, like we can handle our own shit. It's like, really? Can you? Is that why we're also in debt? Like, it's not like we're producing a lot more.
Yeah.
But especially when you consider, like, this is off topic, but considering gas prices here, like, a lot of my American friends bitch about $4 a gallon.
Right. I
To
definitely would.
compare, to compare the ratio, 4 liters is 1 gallon ish. Maybe it's like 4.2 or something, but 4 liters is essentially 1 gallon.
Okay.
And I pay, at the highest, I was paying $2.10 per liter. So that would have been over $8 a gallon. It costs me, like, now it's like 129, but it'll go up and
Wait.
down and up and down. And it still costs me $70 to fill my tank.
So for like the size of your gas tank, they'll say like it's like 75 liters or something like that. Or
Yes.
okay. So I mean, yeah, and I do agree. Like if that happened here, holy shit, I would flip the fuck out.
Yeah, all hell would break loose.
Because it did hit $4 here, and it was not cool at all. Because like other states do, right? But they have higher. Everything's higher in other states. I live in Missouri. Like there's fucking butt fuck nowhere here. Like our gas is usually really cheap, and so ours is like $3.18 right now. Something. If you're in the city, it's a little higher, but regardless, I just don't see when it comes to this ban. I don't see people giving their IDs to the companies. And I haven't read to see if they're putting any liability on the parents or the kids. Like, what are their punishment? Are they punishing them if they get on like fucking Instagram or TikTok? Also, what are you saying as like, what are you considering a social media account? Like anything, like even news sites that have like areas where you can post comments at the bottom. Is that social media? Like, is YouTube social media? Or like TikTok, they are counting as social media for sure. But I wouldn't necessarily count that social media. I don't know. Anyway, there's a lot of like weird shit. And if they are going to punish the kids or the fucking parents, like, I think that's bullshit. I wouldn't go for that. But
well, because like, again, what are you going to do? Because it's obviously not going to be jail time or anything. It's going to be hefty fines. And
right.
Hefty fines. It'll be like $200 or something.
They'll
and
like just come take their kids away.
Shit.
Like
immediately just like adoption, foster system. That's it. You lost your privilege.
You logged on TikTok. Yeah. I saw you watching twerk videos. You have to be celibate
10 years now, and then you can try again with kids, but they'll have to be new kids.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Good luck with that.
Well, so it's a new. What I will say, I was talking to another friend about this, and they brought up an interesting point. Right? It's kind of like we're getting into the kind of a what do you call it? Where they like a monitoring state where they're going to monitor everything that you have. And I think it was in Utah where they were proposing. I don't know if it passed or not. I think it did. Where you have to. I know there's a place in Louisiana. It might be all Louisiana now, where you have to give an ID to log in to watch porn. And Utah did the same thing, I believe. Correct. I might be wrong about that, but like it's the same thing. You got to give them your ID in order to log in to go into porn. And I get that. I understand. But at the same time, here's my thing. Why are they spending time doing this to kids when they know kids are going to find a way around it? They are old and dumb. Even I, as a 32-year-old, I am dumb. Like, I'm getting dumber as the years go on because I am not a kid no more, right? I'm not growing up with these new ways of working around things. There's things that I got to learn myself, and I'm never put in that position to do it because I have all the freedoms. But I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I think I might end up making a whole video on it, though. It's like it's an interesting case because then, in a way, a world without social media sounds amazing. Like, as far as mental health goes and stuff, and like, I think it sounds great. To tell you the truth, like, I think
when you look at it, like, the way that the world is going is validation and social connection is so much more required because of how readily available it is now. Like, you know how fucking hard it is to talk to your friends when your mom is on the phone and there's one house phone and you have to wait for your mom to be done talking with her little knitting group in order
Oh,
to
yeah.
make a call. And then if you have more than one phone, you can't talk about boys because your dad is on the other line ready to fucking shoot them. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's so much harder to connect with people when you were so limited. But now that it's so open and available, the things like I said, like social validation, where you want to feel important, like that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with neglect from the parents. It's just the way that the world is. You see it. You see videos of people that have millions of followers getting millions of likes and
Yeah.
comments and whatever, and you go, I want that, because as humans, we are very social creatures, and we always want something better than what we have. Like, it's really hard to be satisfied with what you have when you see other people having better things or more things. So that is not going to change. Like, we're at the point where we're moving so quickly and we're advancing so quickly that stuff like this is not necessarily easy to cap, because like you said, or like we said, fucking parents in Texas, don't want their fucking personal information given to companies, to private companies, in order to prove their legitimacy.
Mm-hmm.
And B, I fucking guarantee you, every parent, even the parents that are like, I didn't even want to get you a phone, but you broke my TV and you bitched and you shot the dog and blah, blah, blah. Like, so I bought you a phone, so you just stop, you little monster. Like, even parents that are super, super against phones and technology and everything are still, would rather be like, you know what? 10 minutes a piece, fucking have TikTok. I don't care. Here's my account login, blah, 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 blah. Then say, you know what? I'm going to pay that $150 and get it renewed every 2 years for you until you're 18 and can pay for it yourself for a license.
Yeah.
Or some kind of ID.
I mean,
it's just unreasonable.
I agree. And it is like kind of unfair for the kids as well to like live in so obviously the kids that are going to have the biggest issues with this is going to be like the kids who have it now and will have it taken away.
Yeah.
That would but I am curious to see what this does. I'm still waiting on results for like a lot of things. Like, I'm always interested when states try something new. I don't think that this is as bad. Like porn, I don't know. It's an interesting case study, but like for instance, I'm also waiting on the results for St. Louis was, I believe, the first city in the U.S. to actually quote unquote defund the police, but not actually defund the police. Like, they moved resources around from the police force to somewhere else that was going to go there. So they have their old funding. And instead, they reverted that to social workers to go out on calls. But I have still not seen any numbers or anything to see if that helped or if that made things worse.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. So I'm still waiting on that too. So I like it when states and cities try new things. And at first, like anything from the GOP, I question it, and from the Democrats as well. But like, how is this going? So my friend was mentioning like, well, also you got to remember now we're talking like anybody without a state ID cannot have a social media account, meaning illegal immigrants would not be able to have social media accounts as well. Yeah. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. That also might be the real target of this, but you don't really know, it's hard to really say, but by the way, again, not chewing. I'm not dipping.
It looked like you put a marshmallow in your mouth.
I know.
I was like, "Where's mine?" I kind of.
It's like there's no spit. There's nothing. That's what I like about it, right? Like, there's no.
You don't just get super gross and sticky or slobbery everywhere. It's
just a pouch of nicotine and plant fibers. Like, it doesn't even have fiberglass in it or anything like that. It's just nicotine and plant fibers. And the plant fibers help poke your gum a little bit, just a tad bit. It's not as harsh at least I don't think it's as harsh as like chew.
Yeah.
And then I also rotate between this and gum. But the gum sucks. It's not as great, but.
That's fair, honestly.
All right, your turn.
Okay, I kind of went with a semi sort of a theme with my topics, and so I want to kind of revert back to video games for a second.
Okay.
Um, I genuinely, because I have a weird thing for horror. I know you do as well. We both don't do well with it at all. We
Right.
both are little bitches or little Mitches, whatever we
Horror
decided to call.
games.
Yeah, horror
I
games.
love horror movies. Horror
Yeah,
games I'm not
yeah.
great with. Yeah.
Because it's because you're the main attraction, right? Instead of fucking Ed and the Rain Warren.
Right, right.
So
yeah,
you're not
immersed.
the focus of the monsters. So it's totally fine when you're watching it. But as soon as you're like, oh, I want to play this game, then everything sucks. So I want to know, based on your own experience and or the experience that you've seen others, such as IGP play, what is the most terrifying game experience you have ever had?
Ooh, that's a good question. So, Pacify is the first one that comes to mind.
I forgot about Pacify.
Pacify
Oh my God.
is the first one because I don't think there's a clip somewhere. I have the video on the channel. Y'all can go
Absolutely, yeah.
watch it.
I
It
just
is-
rewatched those recently. It's so good.
I never have gotten fucked up that bad before from a game. Like the jump
Yeah.
scare, it caught me at my worst, at my most vulnerable. And I was like, "Oh, we're like so they told me, okay, here's the stuff. Here's the background. Khaleesi and someone else had told me, or someone told us, that once we're in this room where you throw the little dolls in the fire,
That
there's
was
no
me.
jump scares. The ghost cannot come in there. The girl can't come in. And all of a sudden, we throw a couple dolls in there. And what do you know? There's a fucking ghost that pops out and gets me.
Whoa. First off, it only happens when she's in her final phase where she turns red. That is the only time it happens where you're dangerous.
Still
When
was
you only
not
have to burn
told.
one more doll. That's all it is. Secondly, I think the reason that the game is so scary, is because there is no physical way that I am aware of, unless you can go into the game code and change it. There is no way to change the volume of her scream. Like when the jump scare happens, there's no
I don't
volume
think so
changer
either.
for that at all.
Yeah.
It's just fucking loud in both your ears to the point where you're ready to throw your shit off. And other than that, like it's just, I think the anticipation of it, because it's so calm at the beginning, and even when she's coming after you, she's like, oh.
Yeah.
And you can run circles around that bitch all you want. She's not gonna get you. And then the more dolls you burn, the faster she gets, to the point where you hear her scream, and then by the time the scream is done, she's already eating you. And that's it.
Yeah, that's right. Like,
So-
once you're dead, like once she gets up close and then she does the jump scare, like
Yeah.
I was able to hold myself together whenever I was out and about and running around. But that last time I was like, oh yeah, I have nothing to worry about. I'm cool.
Yeah, it's
I'm
totally
good."
fine. And the other thing is, like, we're so excited too, because we're like, you know what? It doesn't matter. We can't die. We just turn into dolls, and then we have to go and get big again from the fire. So
Right.
we're like, we've already got this mentality, like, it's not that scary. It's not that scary. It's not that scary. And then it gets faster and faster and faster, and you don't see it coming as often because her glow isn't as bright anymore, because it goes from white to red, so you can't see her as close as she is.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. And thank you for bringing up Pacify, because I told you this already, but they have a new map.
That I'm not going to play.
Why? There's a witch.
I
It's
just can't
so
do it.
Good, please.
I can't
I
do
want to
it.
do it. Okay. So it's a lot more complicated too, because instead of collecting dolls and burning them, you have to collect 3 different things and then bring them down into her lair and like burn them.
Okay.
So you collect dolls that are made out of like straw or whatever. But as soon as you have a doll in your inventory, a shadow figure starts chasing you that can kill you just as easily as the witch can. So, and he will always chase you no matter what. He doesn't go as
Ooh.
fast, but you can run into him at any point.
I think I saw IGP play this actually.
Yes.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
And instead of dolls to save you, it's these roses that you can find around. And then in order to save yourself, instead of going to the fire, you jump into this like rejuvenating lake, and it brings you back to life.
Okay. I have seen this. Yes.
Yeah, it's. I want to play it with you so bad.
I don't know if I could
It's-
do it. but
It'll be fun.
it does look fun. I am not gonna lie. Like I enjoyed the gameplay of it. I was gonna say the only other fucking thing that has scared me whenever I was watching it, I will never in my fucking life play this
Don't say
game.
SCP.
No.
Okay.
Outlast. That game had my balls sucked into me. Oh my God. I was watching somebody's gameplay of it and I was like holding my breath and I didn't even know it. Like every little second it's just like somebody's out to get you. You're sneaking around like
Yeah.
fuck all of that. Fuck
Games like that fucking terrify me. Like Outlast, The Evil Within has a lot of scenes like that. Even some of the Resident Evils where like there's some type of character that is like actively but kind of like in the background chasing you. So like if you're not fast enough, you'll find him again or he'll be on like a random patrol or whatever. Those types of games freak me the fuck out. But
no,
I have
agree.
to admit, the scariest game, based on my own experience, not games that I've watched play, because I watch like a shit ton of SCP stuff. I watch a bunch of games like that. But the one that made me properly shit my pants the entire time that we were playing it was Krampus is Home.
Really?
So because
oh, shit.
So it's a lot more fun and it's a lot more calming when you're playing with friends because you don't have to. You can laugh at each other. It's fine. Like when I scream, everyone else goes, "It's so funny. He died." Whatever.
Yeah.
But when you play that game single player, oh my fucking God! And it's similar to Five Nights at Freddy's, where like the longer you go throughout the night, like Five Nights at Freddy's and Night Blights is the other one that I'm thinking of, where you go through like specific days. It's like day 1 through 5, or I think Night Blights goes to 7. But like there is more and more things that you have to do to keep yourself at like within or without out of harm's way.
Yeah.
But with Krampus is Home, that whole fucking thing happens in one night.
Yeah,
it's like you've got like 2 hours where all you have to deal with is the reindeer, and the reindeer is totally fine as long as you're looking at him. He won't move as long as you're looking at him. And then you get the elf who flies at you unless you spray him with water. Then he'll run away. Like it's just adding those things where I'm just like, when I panic, and it's the same thing whenever I play Dark Souls. I like to think that I'm such a good Dark Souls player and I could do all these things, these challenge runs and shit. But when I panic, like if I get hit, I just fucking start mashing buttons and I'm rolling. There's no rhyme or reason whatsoever. It's just me like, get the fuck out. So when you tell me I have to push 2 to get this water gun out to spray the elf, and Krampus is right there, and I've got nothing for him yet, like it's just like shit like that, and it was just properly eerie. It was just an uncomfortable game to play.
I remember, so I was scared. I did get scared in that game, but I tell you the truth, I think I was mostly scared whenever we would play the multiplayer. That's whenever I would get scared, would be like, y'all were like fucking with me. And like, you're like, oh yeah, I don't know where this dude's at. And then you just like,
where's
come over
Noah?
and get me. And then it plays like a jump animation, a jump scare animation when you find that person.
And especially because they had custom maps for multiplayer where you were like in an asylum or whatever, but it was all Christmas decorated, so it was like super scary.
What was that game that I played where I had to like bring? It was another Christmas game, horror game, where I had to bring presents down to the basement, or maybe it was like little gingerbread cookies, maybe, or. Fuck, it was something. It was some. Maybe it was like dolls. I forget, but there was another one. There was another
one that wasn't Pacify, where you had to bring dolls to the basement.
Yeah, and you had to put them around like in this pentagram. I don't know. I forgot. I played it on stream, but it was also pretty scary. But to be fair, I get scared off of pretty much any game pretty badly. Like I wish I could be like Moist Critical, who doesn't like fucking shed one bit of emotion when he's playing horror. He's just like, oh no.
Yeah.
Watch out, yeah,
Yeah.
woo. Like, I wish I could do that shit.
Woo!
Yeah, like I wish I could do that, but I just can't. It's too terrifying for me. I still think I'm a conspiracy theorist when it comes to Moist Critical. I still think that he plays the game without any sound on. I'm throwing that out there.
Oh
It's a
no.
conspiracy theory. I think he plays the game with no sound on. But I know that's probably a lie. He's just not scared of it. But
It's just it's one of those things where like again, because it's so immersive and because it's designed to do those specific things, like it's even like they talk about horror movies and stuff having this frequency, like this sound frequency that they play sometimes, but you can't hear it, but it like physically makes you uneasy.
yeah,
It's like shit like that. Where
it's yeah.
it's just jump scares. Jump scares, like it has to be a good jump scare because if you see it coming, it doesn't do anything really. Like it's just unless it's loud. And there's a lot of games like that. And I like even going into like still talking about IGP, like the back rooms.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 3 different games for the back rooms, but like they give you that subtle little like, oh, if you see a vent open, there's a dog around. You should close that, or like those things where they give you like subtle hints towards. And it's the same thing with SCP, where like more and more is integrated the farther you get.
The back
and it
rooms
just becomes too much.
No, I agree. Like for me, the back rooms, like it's too much. Like I have seen way too many fucking playthroughs of it. Now, when I first saw it, I thought it was kind of creepy. Now I'm like, I'm kind of over the back rooms. Everything is just, ugh, I don't know.
It's one of those games where like I would be able to nervous laugh my way through it without being too scared.
Fair enough. It's my same issue with like Siren Head. Siren Head was really cool. I like the lore and everything, but there's just like the like insane mode of Siren Head games that came out.
Yeah.
And I just got tired. Same thing with
Slenderman.
Yes, Slenderman. It's fucking
There's been too many.
No, that's a good question though. That's a good topic. Cuz damn, I've had some So, for those of you who don't know, in October, when I used to stream often, I would do in a whole like since I never play horror games, I save them all for October and I play a shit ton of horror games. I think did I do it this past year? I think I did at one point.
I think you did a few.
Maybe I did.
I don't know. I think I was hoping you would go back into Blair Witch, but I don't know if you did.
I never played Blair Witch. I wanted to really bad because I love the Blair Witch Project, but I heard the game shit, but I don't really care. But yeah. Anyway, that's a good topic. No, that one's a good one because damn, I've had some good scares. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, my next one is just the Earth's core. Did you know this?
Oh, it's stopping and it's gonna go in a different direction supposedly.
Yeah, and it means nothing. Like everybody is posting these fucking things about the Earth's core stopping and like these like end of the world like almost with no context. Like it's just like news like clickbait, and then you get it. It's not clickbait. It really is like slowing down. But it doesn't do anything to us. But I thought it would be, I would like, but what would happen if the Earth's core stopped, okay? The Earth's core just stopped, and then the Earth stopped rotating. And one side would be stuck in daylight, and one side would be stuck in nighttime. Or death.
Be stuck in death.
It'd just be cold, like at all times. Like, what would happen at that point? Like,
there would be a war for the light side, obviously.
Probably. I think so. If you ask me, I think it would turn into like the Star Wars like scenario on like Coruscant, where like the lower you go, like where it's where all the crime is happening. So like and then everybody else lives on like all the rich people live in the daylight.
Yeah.
That's how I think it would be. And it'd be like, watch America or watch the world get really fucked, and the only place where it's daylight is like in the Atlantic Ocean or something.
Yeah,
and that's it. Everybody else is just like fucking insano mode. Like yeah, I don't know what would happen at that point, but yeah, the Earth's core is stopping and then possibly turning in another direction.
I think if it was to turn into like, I know it doesn't really mean anything, but like, can you imagine if even like the tides and stuff were reversed, like how that would affect
Yeah.
plant life and fish life and shit like that, where like everything was changed? Because you had to get me on a rabbit hole with Neil deGrasse Tyson, didn't you, you bastard?
I did.
I've seen so many clips of him on fucking Joe Rogan's podcast and a bunch of others where he's talked about like if you were to take the Earth and shrink it down to the size of a cue ball, like a pool ball, and you were to run your finger across it, it would be smoother than a cue ball. Have you heard that?
I have.
Like it would be perfectly smooth. And then Joe Rogan goes, "What? What do you mean? It's so big, the mountains." Like he does. And he's like, "Yeah, but like he basically explains like there's only like 11 miles or something from the lowest discovered spot to the top, like the highest discovered spot. So like in relation, based on size comparison, like if you were to take that massive object and shrink it down, it would be perfectly smooth."
That's wild. I've heard that before. Also, Neil deGrasse Tyson, kind of over him.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Okay.
Like
He says a lot. He just talks a lot. It's kind of like Bill Nye. Like Bill Nye, when Bill Nye came back after like 20 years and he started like, "Grow the fuck up. I was teaching you this shit in school. Now you're adults. Fucking fix it." Like shit like that. You're totally fine. And then for like a couple months, and then you're like, you kind of just get bored.
well, and he's like my issue with fucking Neil is like he's on like all of these talk shows all the time, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. And then he says this like wild shit on Twitter about like just race baity shit, like just to ag on people, like, well, you know, this is actually people who say happy holidays. Well, holiday comes from holy day, and technically you might as well just say Christmas. And I'm like,
Jesus,
fuck off. No, like suck my dick, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Neil deGrasse. More like Neil deGrasse, Neil up your ass.
well,
lion.
Degrassi will always be the worst of that and Glee. So
Fill up my ass, lion. That's what it is.
Jesus.
Feel up my ass.
Feel up my ass. Feel the curvature of it. Really get in there. Just
Neil
let me
deGrasse
know how you
Tyson.
feel.
Did you know if you shove your hand up my ass, it would feel as smooth as a cue ball?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck, dude.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable. That's gonna be in my head now for a long time. I'm gonna start quoting that, and people are gonna be concerned for my mental health.
Well, fuck Neil. Well, that was I have more. I had a couple more, but we're running out of time. So you do one more of yours, and then we'll end it after that.
So this is to tell me how you feel about me.
Oh,
because
I got lots to say.
Okay. I am going to ask you this question, and then I am going to give you my answer for you while you think of an answer for me, okay?
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Am I a Disney villain or a Disney hero? That includes, you can include side characters as well. So for you, I said that you would be Sully from Monsters, Inc. because you give off warm and fuzzy feels, and I feel like I just want to hug you all the time. And you've got a huge fucking heart, and I would be equally fucking terrified and excited to see you come out of my closet.
Thank you. I
You're
appreciate that. I do hide in your closet quite a bit, and that makes me feel good.
I do notice that it's cracked open every so often, so I know.
I have. If you look over there now, if you look in, you can just see my chair moving back and forth.
Your hand. Like... Secretly, my closet is the gate to Narnia.
I like Sully. Yeah. I like Sully. Okay, I like that. I like that answer. Shit.
I'm not going to be offended if you say I'm a villain because I classified myself as Loki. I didn't want to include Marvel at all. I wanted to be like classic Disney. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I
So
think you're more on the lines of like a Quasimodo. No, I'm just, no, wait.
what do you mean?
No,
Oh, fuck's sakes.
is that Disney?
Quasimodo?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know what isn't
No.
Disney? Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. is
yeah.
actually either Pixar or DreamWorks. But
You
it was
fucked up your
purchased
own
by Disney,
question.
so it's fine.
I guess. Oh man.
I could have said Buzz Lightyear.
Yes. Oh, I got it. I fucking got it.
Oh, God.
Fuck yeah. You are the dragon from Mulan.
I'm Mushu.
Yeah, Mushu. You are Mushu. That's who you are.
Bring shame on you. Bring shame on your family. Bring shame on your cows. Oh, my God.
You're just like a constant Eddie Murphy impression.
Jesus Christ. I love that. Oh, fuck. Fucking Mushu.
That's who you are. Or like a donkey.
Donkey is Eddie Murphy. Just anybody Eddie Murphy has ever. I'm just Eddie Murphy. Is what you're telling me. The question was Disney hero or villain, but you were like, no, I'm gonna go with voice actors instead.
You're Eddie Murphy animated character.
Oh my God! Can I be Eddie Murphy from Coming to America?
Your Big Mama's house, Eddie Murphy. Hercules.
Hercules.
Oh fuck.
Oh my God. I was not expecting that from you. Actually, that's holy shit.
Oh, for the clickbait in this, I'm gonna just
my
put,
face on Mushu's body.
just gonna put Mushu and like Eddie Murphy and Quasimodo.
It'll just be like, you know the Spider-Man meme where they're all pointing to each other.
Yeah.
Let's do that, but Mushu, Eddie Murphy, and me. Just like
We were just gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
Jesus Christ,
It's
Eddie
like
Murphy.
Neil deGrasse Tyson holding Mushu.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
No, that was good. Well, it's we're wrapping up. It's an hour and 7 minutes. We're pretty good. I'm about to say we didn't get through everything, but I'd rather do that than run out of topics. So
Yeah.
I got a little wildness going on.
Yeah, I got a little
yeah.
tuft.
Somebody's acting a little crazy tonight. A little crazy. All right. Well, everyone, thank you for watching. You can go catch CmonClizmo or CmonClizmo. I will put a link for his Twitch down below. Please go check him out. Also, make sure to check me out the rest of the videos out here on YouTube. I posted a update video on this channel just to let y'all know. I had a second. Oh, and we're both wearing merch. We're both wearing my merch. I'm gonna probably try to get the store up and running again, but I don't know if it is still. But so I had a second channel called Nudes, NEWDS, where I was uploading political videos. I'm kind of at the point now where I'm done with that. I don't want, as far as uploading to a second channel, I want to, so I'm going to start uploading everything to this channel now. So all of y'all know you will be seeing political videos from time to time. Also follow me on TikTok. I just got, somebody who's going to help me with editing on those. So Noah of the North on everything. CmonClizmo. CmonClizmo on Twitch.
Perfect shout outs. I love it.
I'm nailing
Whatever
this.
the fuck your name is. I get that from my parents enough. My parents will say 7 different names before they say mine.
Oh yeah, that's such a parent thing to do.
No.
But yeah. Anyway, have a great night. Sweet dreams. Thank you to everybody who's watching this today. Have a great day. We love you very much. Mwah. High five. Khaleesi, thanks for coming on, and we'll see you next time you're on. Motherfucker!